Hello, nerds. Welcome to the Superhero Hour. It's a podcast where we talk about shows based on comic books, comic book properties. We're talking about those.
Like Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. And I'm doing this voice now. With me, as always, is Mike.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
I don't know. I'm losing control. Also, here's Greg.
Hey, buddy. I'm glad you're losing control. It's funky. It's fresh. It's new.
I'm feeling funky. That was like me trying to do.
You're moving through like a season's worth of characters right now.
Yeah, so many good catchphrases.
He's like the Terminator when he fell into that lava and changed to a bunch of different people. That's what you're doing right now.
And also with me is Ryan.
So I got some news today.
What?
Apparently,
Are you feeling funky?
I have to start handling my anger in a different way than I have been doing it so far.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
For the listener, how have you been handling your anger so far?
Well,
Taylor, if you look at Exhibit A, my right eye, which is black, and Exhibit B, my left eye, which is also blackened.
I just assumed you had that
Just a thing.
that false pigmentation or whatever it is.
No, I don't know what that is at all.
I don't know either. I made it up.
I don't know who told on me. Could be anybody, but I think that my last spat was with Greg.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's true.
We got in a little argument, and somebody ran to the board, I guess.
Well, I don't think anybody knows who did it. I think that there were probably people saw what happened. It was memorable. What happened. So.
It was Greg. He did it. I watched. I saw it happen.
Okay.
I just
the narker.
I just wanted to be sure that we're all on the same page.
Well, do you want to?
It seemed like some people didn't know, and I knew.
Do you want to say what happened, or I mean, should I?
Oh, no, I can't now. My
Should
lawyers have told me that I cannot talk about it.
Oh, really? There's like non-disclosure about it.
Right.
Well,
why don't you say, and then we'll let everyone else be the judge of who was in the right.
Okay. Here's what was going on. Ryan and I were discussing the show. Like gentlemen. We were in the kitchenette area. Nice spread. And Ryan was eating, if you remember, you were eating soup.
It's what I eat.
So Ryan has this big bowl of piping hot soup, just right to the brim.
Tomato and chicken.
I'm gonna eat cold soup. Is that what your problem was?
I'm just saying the facts.
What,
I'm just
gazpacho?
saying what the facts of the incident are. And again, remember, this is not an admission that I told the board anything about this. This is what happened.
I just want to say I saw Greg tell the board. I don't know. He's playing it like he didn't, but I definitely saw him.
And I want you guys to know before Greg continues that I had a briefcase next to me that was open that was full of like baseball. No, I don't have. It was not my briefcase soup. I had like baseballs and nunchucks and like all bricks. All of these things that I could have used.
The universe of throwable objects.
Variety
Really,
of Ninja Turtles video game weapons.
Yeah. I mean, just anything that could be chucked was within reach. So, the conversation gets heated. Ryan and I.
Like the fucking soup?
Yeah. And Ryan takes this bowl of just piping hot tomato soup and he just threw it right at me.
Look, dude, don't say shit when I'm eating my soup.
What did he say?
He was like, I think that last week's show went well. And
it did.
I thought that Taylor did a really good job.
I did. I said that.
Taylor did great.
And Ryan said, the show is bad, and I want to do racism on the show. And I said, we're not doing racism on the show. And he just, Frisbee style, whips this bowl, again, just so full. Imagine the biggest bowl you can. And then imagine it's absolutely up to the top, filled with soup.
And
That's
look,
a
dude,
lot of soup.
I like my greens, right? I like that first bit of soup. It's the hottest. It's the tomatoiest. And I didn't even and I've got a giant spoon. I didn't even put that giant spoon into my bowl yet before you start fucking mouthing off. And I have no choice but to whip a goddamn bowl of soup right at your fucking forehead.
Right at my head.
So you're.
And I want you to be careful here, Mike, because you know that I brought my show soup with me.
Oh, this motherfucker just pulled out a bowl.
So,
you guys, do you ever think that maybe Ryan doesn't like eating soup? He just loves whipping hot bowls.
Oh no,
of liquid?
I love basically boiling
He's brandishing
hot water.
the soup now.
Just legal Molotov cocktails.
The way that I'm touching it right now, don't look or think about
Look
that.
at the fucking steam
Yeah.
just coming off of that right now.
But no, Mike, say something, and I want you to, while you're saying it, you fucking think of this bowl hitting you right in the fucking forehead.
No, thank you.
So Ryan, how are you handling your anger now?
I'm about to today is clam chowder, and it's about what? Say something.
Did your therapist say try immersion therapy? Because I think for you, maybe being angry all the time was not the right answer.
She did. I did spend all of last night sleeping in a giant bathtub of soup.
Getting real mad about it.
And I tried to this morning pick that bathtub up and throw it at the first fucking idiot I saw.
So when you woke up this morning, would you say you were mad about Aju?
All right, so
No, nobody talk. We're
just
sitting that.
It's gonna have pure silence for
Mike,
this next
look,
part.
if you're mad at me because I whipped a bowl of soup at Greg, that's fine. But I should be allowed to fucking throw soup right in his stupid face.
You know what? As your lawyer, I'm gonna allow it.
No one sits down because they're sick to a hot piping bowl of au jus. Like, that doesn't work.
It does explain why he's never healthy.
He just drinks au jus
Just
all
drinks
day.
au jus all day.
We have lost Taylor for the rest of the segment.
No, that's fine. He deserves to
That's
not be
all
on.
you're gonna get from me, folks. I came in with that one au jus killer, and that's it.
Okay, don't talk about jus killers or au jus killers here, please.
Oh, on that note, we're going to talk about iZombie later. But before we get to that, we're going to talk about the super serious Shishi Bullpen. This week on the season premiere of iZombie, Go Hawks! In the newly walled-off zombie town of Seattle, Liv takes the brain of a diehard Seahawks fan to find out who murdered him, delving into a whole world of black market brain selling, zombie hatred, and fandom for the Hawks, baby! Meanwhile, Major is kid counseling young zombies from the streets and turning them into child soldiers, and Blaine's dad is Zombie Moses now. So I'm going to ask you this. How much do you fucking love the Hawks?
I don't at all. I was
Yeah, because you're 49ers
I was
guy.
born and raised a 49ers fan.
Yeah.
And so fuck this
Whoa.
team and episode forever.
One of the teams that got shit on in this app, right?
What do you mean, one of the teams? It was the only team that got shit on. And in a fucking football-specific show that was about the Hawks and the Niners, which is a natural rivalry, we still have to talk about the Pats. There were still like 2 lines of dialogue about the Pats because they got to get brought up in every single football anything.
So they got shat on too.
Fuck the New England Patriots, dude.
I don't know anything about football, but I can agree to that statement.
I also don't know anything about football, and I'm not just doing this to jump on a bandwagon because I want to feel popular and cool, but also fuck the New England Patmans.
All right, I got a question for Mike. I got a question for Mike and Taylor. Liv has to interrogate a Niners fan,
Yes.
eating the brain of a Seattle Seahawks fan,
Mm-hmm.
and so he talks a little shit, and she goes into zombie rage.
Right.
Yes.
You
That's
guys-
when her eyes get bright, like
yes,
blood
yeah,
red.
she is about to eat people alive.
She's gonna be like more of a conventional zombie at that
Right.
point. I'm trying to like sort of piece this together.
Right. This was Greg's first episode of iZombie,
Yeah.
so we're gonna be careful
You
with
should
him.
go back.
And
to
I
the show.
did not understand a goddamn thing that happened at any point.
Yeah, and this show doesn't give a fuck about news.
Yeah. This is not like iZombie is not the kind of show that's like, oh hey, and if you want to start watching this season 4, that would be great. It's like, no, don't do that. And
Would
I
it-
did.
would
They've hung
help
on by
you-
the skin of their rotting teeth since
Yeah.
day one, so they are only playing to the real crowd.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
So so Greg's favorite team is the New York Giants. So if you're a let's say Eagles fan, and you can make him go red eye like that. And my favorite bowler is Steve Cervant. And
Yeah.
if you're a PBA fan and you bring up Austin Manance, then you can make my eyes go red. But we're sports fans, right?
Uh-huh.
He and I are sports fans.
Right.
Mike and Taylor, you are not. No. What would make you go red-eyed if someone started talking shit?
I mean, if someone shit talked my new favorite sports team, the Miami Hot Boys, I
Yeah.
would be very upset.
Because those new jerseys came out.
What
Those New
sport
Jerseys
is
came
that?
out. Basketball?
That's basketball, yeah.
Yeah, basketball.
That's
And
basketball.
I've heard because of basketball, we don't actually call them New Jerseys anymore. We call them Brooklyns.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, no, that was a dumb joke, and I love the Miami Hot Boys. No, I think the one thing that if people...
They have a uniform that you like.
I think if someone was like, hey, I think that, like, I don't know, the Foo Fighters are better than Matchbox 20, I would
You would go red-eyed?
Really?
Say
Right.
real scientific facts. That
yeah,
go
that's
red
like
eyes.
quantifiable.
But-
false.
Let's not
You
make
didn't
him
go
red-eyed,
red-eyed.
guys. Let's
Well, we're
talk
trying to
later
poke
about
the
how
bear.
that's accurate.
Well, I've had arguments with friends because I'll shit on sports and watch people watch the kindest people I know do that, and it surprises me. And then a friend of the show, Tompkins, is like, "You care about dumb shit too," which is true. But like, if Kumail Nanjiani had a bad set, it wouldn't ruin the rest of my night. I don't know if I have a red eye thing because I can't care about anything that's not myself.
Like, would you get super pissed off if someone saw one bad Kumail Nanjiani set and then was like, yeah, Kumail Nanjiani sucks. I saw this bad
sure.
set.
That okay.
I think
Also, you're full of shit, dude. If I said Angelina Jolie as Lara Croft was a much more important female hero, female protagonist than Sarah Michelle Gellar ever was in Buffy, like, you don't think that there's things that can make you go?
Well, there's things I forget about, Ryan. Sure.
So if
and
you-
you're an insane person.
so. If you said just as like scientific facts to Mike, he'd get real pissed off.
7
exactly.
years of the TV show and then fucking 10 years of the comic book of based on Sarah Michelle Gellar and fucking 2 shitty movies versus Lara Croft. You kidding me?
I believe Lara Croft actually had 3 movies, right?
Well, her third one's coming out, but it's a different.
It doesn't
actress.
count. Are you what? Was she in a straight to DVD that you're trying to count here, Taylor?
Yeah,
After Cradle of Life, what did she have?
I fucking watched
Tit
all
to
of
the
those.
gun? And you're trying to say she's just as a fucking feminist icon as Buffy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw everything near me
Yeah,
at
you got him riled.
Would you like a bowl of soup?
Yeah, dude.
Do you have any more of that soup?
Take some of that
throwing
soup off the
something.
soup cart.
Everybody's just whipping soup in the studio.
That's great because that calls back to a joke that's not in this episode.
Oh, that's true. That's very true. What other than the Hawks bit? How did you guys feel about Major being a kid counselor for these like slight subtext for gay youth being kicked out on the street and then turning them into child soldiers?
Well,
was
that's what I think people have been doing
I'll
to
go.
gay kids in America, so I'm glad a TV show is finally tackling it. But I like it connected to the Major we've known since the beginning. That's the one thing he's a doofus. Even though he's very handsome and has that sweet hair and sweet abs, he's a dumb doofus. Who
that
fucks
guy
up
and that guy is a zombie.
everything.
Yes.
Okay.
And just so you know, because it took me about 6 episodes to find
Uh-huh.
out, Major is his first name, not a rank.
Oh.
Before he was in a paramilitary group, his name was still Major.
like
his-
Major Applewhite.
His name is Lily White.
It's Major Lily White. Yeah.
His name is Major Lillywhite.
Yeah.
His name is Major
Oh,
Lily
because there's
White.
like a college football player named Major Applewhite. So
Dish-
those are 2 similar names.
That's crazy.
Probably related.
This season, I think, may have a bit of schizophrenia. Like I think that they may have bitten off too much more than they can chew. But Major is in a good place right now because Major, over the last couple of seasons, has been floundering a lot and like trying to find his plot line. And now where he's at, we're good with Major. He has the kids that he can take care of, which he is the best at, and then also the moral quandaries. He is also the best at being like, well, I don't know. Is this good for them? Is this bad for them? So Major's good. I'm not sure about the rest of the characters, but Major is good.
Yeah, he's so good at staring off into the distance and making his eyes twitch in different ways. And you go, I know everything he's feeling right now.
You guys, the company that guy works for, it's called Fillmore Graves.
See, if you have a problem with that, Greg, you're gonna hate this show.
Yeah,
like
Fillmore Graves.
that's everything in
What
this
was
show.
the
Their
butcher-
names, but then it's like
Can
a
I admit that I just now put that together when Greg said it?
Well,
Fillmore Graves. You guys, I got very excited about that.
Taylor's a little slow because the show is done by Rob Thomas, and he's not
Yeah.
really clear on Rob Thomases in the world.
It's so smooth.
He
the
doesn't-
show.
he doesn't
Fillmore
know about
Graves,
Rob Thomas.
I get it, Greg. It's a great name because Chase Graves, his dad started it
Uh-huh.
with the President Millard Fillmore, so
Uh-huh.
they took their 2 last names.
You
Fillmore
got
Graves.
it.
Yeah.
You got
I
it.
also, it took me a long time to realize that the main zombie's name is Liv Moore, which I really enjoy. But
And her best friend's name is Ravi.
that's,
I thought we were just saying facts about the show we
yeah.
know.
Which, speaking of Ravi I think is in a really good place as well this season. Like
just licking brains.
He's
just
like
licking
a
brains,
sometimes zombie.
Yeah.
yeah.
So he has the cure, but then sometimes he becomes a zombie and he'll just eat evidence.
So last season he was working on a zombie vaccine to prevent people who are scratched from becoming zombies, and he took it himself and had Liv scratch him.
yeah.
And so now apparently he is mostly okay not being a zombie.
Some sort of limbo.
Yeah, but like every few days he has like a little bit of like, all right, I'm a zombie for like a couple hours or something.
Zombie.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'd rather just become a zombie because Liv made dope ass football buffalo wings,
That
and
was-
he's just licking.
She
cold
was very
brain.
excited about
Yeah.
that.
Well, she's been a zombie for a while. She's
Yeah.
She
learned
knows
how to
the ropes.
cook to-
I do love because everyone else is now they're like, yeah, we eat brain tubes. This is what we do. Liv is still all on board. She's like, I'm making gourmet fucking meals every episode. I'm gonna make myself some brain wings.
I don't know what they're trying to say, but it's so Liv fully is fine with having the visions and it helps her do her jobs. Most people eat the brain tubes, or you pay a fuck ton of money to have the blue brain and
Yeah.
have like the hypnotic hallucinogenic brains that are like drugs. So there's this weird society forming of like, I bet people would look down on Liv for being a raw zombie.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like, yeah, we don't want to have like these weird, like we feel weird about it. Because I think it's a lot of the people who were newly zombies.
Right.
They're like, I don't like zombies. I don't want to be like weird and like seeing into other people's minds and shit. So we're just gonna have these brain tubes where we don't have the vision.
Well, there's a funny thing in this episode where the guy whose brain she ate hated zombies. So she's talking about how much she hates zombies the entire time. And there's even one part where somebody goes by on a bike and is like, "Screw you, zombie!" And she's like, "Yeah, hell yeah!" And he yells back, "Go Hawks!"
Yeah.
And she yells, "Go Hawks!"
Yeah, is this show saying all Seahawks fans are racist?
Absolutely, and they are.
They're racist, but they will overcome racism for the Hawks.
Are they the Eagles of the West Coast then?
I guess so. Like that was if we don't have moments of the week for main segment, but if we did, that would be my moment of the week.
And let's be clear, no one's as racist as people from Philadelphia. That's the worst form of human being that you
That's
can
the
be.
worst.
They're so racist they huck batteries at Santa Claus. They're just garbage people.
But all of this that we're talking about makes me very nervous because they are inventing a society. Like they're inventing all of these class levels and all of this stuff, and like that's a lot to take on when you have to solve a case of the week every week.
Yeah.
And also having Zombie Moses, who is a new zombie preacher.
Is
which
that
I'm
guy
very
always
excited.
like that, or was
No.
he? This was a
No.
very
But
different.
He's Blaine's dad.
Blaine is the blonde guy, like the bleach blonde zombie looking guy.
Okay.
Who owns the bar, and he did the mob sleeping with the fishes things to it. He turned his dad into a zombie and then tortured him. I think his dad's brain broke
Okay.
because
Yeah. He's crazy now.
got mostly starved and lived in a well for months.
But there's another thing too. There's another Garrison Keillor level of this. Like that actor is in the Me Too movement.
Oh,
and
he is.
didn't get the Kevin Spacey boot.
Ooh.
CW was like,
I did not know
Well,
that.
they-
not enough evidence.
They said they did the research and it didn't come up. Versus they booted Kreisenberg from the Arrowverse, who is one of the headiest of honchos of that.
Got rid of Berlanti, right?
No, you can't get rid of Berlanti.
Or what guy? Oh, it was the
Andrew
Yeah, the
Kreisberg.
Kreisberg
yeah.
guy.
Because Berlanti hasn't been accused of anything.
Right,
I don't
no,
want to like start
Berlanti-
something here.
Soul.
Berlanti
Sorry.
Breaking
is-
news on Superhero
I feel
Hour.
I feel terrible. I'm sorry.
Berlanti's in a long-term relationship with a very handsome gentleman. They have a baby. He is not doing anything. Kreisberg did get the boot, but this guy didn't. This guy seems. The stories ring true. I don't like that this guy's on screen now.
I did not know this, and that taints this episode for me a lot.
And what their reaction was, he will not be part of season 5.
Oh, that's
And
such
we're in
bullshit.
season 4, so he's just on now.
Now I'm wondering if they had already shot the beginning of the season.
And Christopher Plummer was busy, so they couldn't just.
Yeah.
Plumber, get off your ass. But like, yeah, he's gonna be a big part of this, and it's hard to watch him. Although he led up to that final scene of being the preacher in the theater with the hammer and the
Yeah, now I
truncheon.
feel bad because he
That
was
was
really
dope.
good in this episode. He's like one of the best parts of this episode.
And now you're a monster for thinking.
I know,
fine,
exactly.
too.
I can't believe it.
Is that because all the church zombies were fine with the murder that happened in front of them? Is
Oh, yeah.
this show trying to say something about zombies,
Yeah.
churchgoers, or humanity in general?
I think it's probably all of the above, and also just like a society where things have like sort of broken down. Like they're in a like military state now, and it's like not.
And their economy is fucked. Like the kids are talking about,
Yeah.
you know, how some of them are like tricking.
while the military gets double the food
Right.
that everyone else
Yeah.
does.
Right.
Like, this is a lot to take on, dude.
And so far, I think iZombie can handle it, but we'll see.
Well,
Like they're shooting high, and iZombie, I have faith in as a show.
I have faith. I don't think this episode worked perfectly for me.
Right.
But I guess I have enough faith to say we'll see. Like, we'll see about.
Yeah,
Well, because it was also trying to reintroduce us to everything.
Right.
that's true.
Like,
And that's the thing, is that this is Greg's first episode, but it also
crazy.
sort of felt
Yeah.
like mine.
Because it's
Like,
a whole new world at this point.
it was confusing for me.
Like we had to reestablish, because up to this point, zombies have been underground. Now it's hard jump. Zombies are out in the open. We're doing all of this shit. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it works out. iZombies on CW on Monday nights. We'll talk about the rest of the shows after this.